Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. Oops, that was the wrong window. It's green. That's green. That's green. Well, Reddit smoking. I mean, if you're going to spend your time on Reddit, you might as well also spend your time on Fox News because they're both just as poison, just different flavors. So, hmm. If this is what I'm going to use as my distancing for roboports. And it looks like I am. Then I am going to have a real problem with it because this. Ah. Ah. This creates a consistency challenge on the unloaders. And this is really tough for me to accept here. See, it fit nicely here because it didn't interfere. If I decide not to do this, does this still work? Because you reached to here. Yeah. All right, well, I'm not putting it there on these then. I'm leaving it in relatively the same place so that I don't have to adjust underbelts based on what layout that is. Okay, so now how did these fit into the blueprint? That's fine. Hmm. I need these built so that I can change their names. That might speed this up a little bit. And it did. I hope it doesn't keep that 0, otherwise I've really bonked myself. So hopefully they inherit their controls from there. Otherwise they're all broken. Oh, yeah. Oh, you've got to be completely built here. I wonder if I could make that identical. No, it would cause a crossover. Alright, I should be able to get this. Hmm. What did I do differently? Oh, okay. Well, if I did this right, then these are just simply going to be the same. Yeah, and the goal here, I did that just so that these would serve the same footprint. I think I'm okay with that. Now, what I've done here is I've added some substations. I'm okay with that. This one is very different because in order to make this work, I couldn't do it that way. Because they have to go under and then curve. There's just no room there. Hello, cheese. We are standardizing the 2x builds. So I've got a standard header for the 1x builds, right? Which is my standard things that produce one at a time, right? So if I were building excuse me. If I were building red circuits, they produce one circuit every 6 seconds. And so that's the standard header. But certain things, like green circuits, iron sticks, copper cable, they don't necessarily produce at 2x, but they produce so fast that they fill the output belt. And I can't have a standard loader set up, not efficiently. So I increase the capacity of this stop. Hi, bum. I increase the capacity of the stop by doubling the production because I have room to unload more. So I'm making use of this real estate here to essentially feed this second assembly area. Copper cable is a little different because it produces 2 for 1. But there's certain items, iron sticks, green circuits, copper cable, plastic, that do this. Rails, they output so fast that they overwhelm and make it inefficient to build a single loader from the unloaders. So for those, I've got these special dual load setups. And I'm standardizing those right now. So there's plastic, there's green circuits, there's copper cable. I'm pushing these to be of a standard size. So that I can put them in a template. I've got, just your standard normal open here, header here. I'll have another header here for 2Xers, I'll call them, 2 loaders. And I'll have another one here for refining, because refining is a unique header. Thank you. So in theory, other than some and there is no way for me to put these in a standard place on this because I can't get these out anywhere else. So I'm okay with this being these all have to be renamed to be generic. Although I have generics, I should have just used that. I should place them and use them. I keep hitting that button. Sorry. It's disconcerting, but no landfill, but the rest, yes. Now I'm going to make a copy of you, put you here, and we're going to call you. Hi, Burgers and Fries. I was just explaining to one of the other commenters, Herf Games, how good you are at SpaceX. Herf is doing a multiplayer SpaceX with friends. I was like, yeah, based on what Burgers taught me, expect to rebuild stuff many times. Don't let your ego get the best of you on that. That's better. So what this will do is allow me to have, when it comes to power, it'll allow me to put all of my power out in earlier so that I can get my roboports fed. I don't necessarily need these, because that's going to be fed by that. Now, if I could get these fed by substations, that would be even better. Hmm. What's the proper thing to do here? I think it's this. I like that. So what I'm looking at trying to do here is to make it so that I include substations, but not medium power poles. Now I'll have them, but I won't have them available to the bots so that they won't be built right away. And the goal there is to make it so that the roboports get powered. Now these roboports aren't going to get powered pretty much no matter what I do, because I've kind of screwed the pooch on this. Because they're going to be in slightly different positions. Excuse me. Everybody who is doing a double loader, a 2, has at least so that's your loader. Now you're using the old design, but still. Iron sticks need 2 unloaders, right? Yeah. And that's going to keep that in that position. So rather than, in my template, rather than have this lane and its empty partner, I think I'm going to have this lane. And then I'll just clean this up. I want to get rid of all the data wires too. So that there's no chance in the future that I corrupt myself by putting them there or not. And I think I'll do the same thing here. You're not going to have the RoboPort there. But it eliminates a bunch of power cables I don't need. All right. That way when I do my blueprinting, I'm not picking up these extra power poles. All right. I'm okay with those. I could probably blueprint them. And then I can blueprint plastic as well. Hi, David. If you have any questions, let me know. The blueprints are there for you to use, but they're not always perfect, so if you use them and find that there's room for improvement, please let me know. Well, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. This is going to be plastic, so plastic is this build. Of course you can. Thank you, Cheese. I don't think there's a way for me to do fueling on these without roboports. But what just popped in my head as I was editing that is, can I um can I just put a little more stuff on belt and not need bots in here? So they're being unloaded right here. Dedicated little spot, pops in, dumps them off. Bots take them. So where are my unloaders? Even in the heaviest one, which is blue, which is right here. My fuel stations are here in the middle. Here, which feeding these would be challenging. Yeah, that's not worth it. I'm going to keep the bots. Because I'd have to change. Yeah, this right here shoots it to death. Not going to get through this mess without a real headache and get to here. Okay, we'll keep the bots. All right, so this is going to be plastic. So what I should be able to do is to take... Plastic is one solid unloader. 2 fluid unloaders. And then this goes away. Plastic is also 1 solid loader with some belts. So I'm going to take and place this down. I don't want this solid loader to have this stuff on the outside. I don't need it anymore. I kind of want to keep these beacons here, but there's no real way to feed them. Now, in this case, because we're extending it, I've got to drag this out here. And you don't have a D. That's biological. And your B is fluid. So let's do the generic this so that I know what I'm trying to do. All right. Now I'll go take a look at the actual plastic build I've got here and look to see what my mixer looks like, because it's just a lot easier to pull. So this will be plastic. I'm going to grab this plastic. I really should just place this other blueprint down. Also, I should move this to here. Yeah, what the heck. We'll just sort of stuff it in here somewhere. Okay, good. I think these are the loaders on top. So, plastic loader. Right here. Nope. That's unloaders. That's... something's wrong here. Where's the W's? Okay. I've done a slightly dumb thing here. I don't like that I've done that. I've got 5S on each of these. That's the loader and the loader. See, I used to be able to tell the difference on these by the letters, but now all I've got is the color, which is a little more difficult. Blue for loaders, but okay. So here's a plastic loader. I need a coal unloader. And then a petro unloader. 2 of them. If I get this hooked up, the goal is to have them turn as soon as possible, I think. I don't know what my strategy is here. I don't like what I'm doing. So this is a item A unloader in solids. And an item A unloader in solids has a rather unique look. Actually, I should be able to just take this, because this is quite agnostic, and that's kind of the intent. Though I think I fail here. Right? Do I even have a C? No, I don't. Okay, so I screwed this up by taking too many. That's the other question. If I do that, it frees this up, and I can put these in a little bit better alignment so that I don't have stuff in the middle. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I'm about to make significant changes. Oh, Jesus. Look at me. I can just break things in the middle of doing something else. Ooh, woohoo. And then the other part of this is that I need to have a connection point for these that is consistent and reliable. Bunch of double clicking coming from this mouse today. Now I have this transition here. So this is not going to fit perfectly because I've moved things. And that's okay. Ooh, that's bad. I turned all that off. So this is going straight on belts, no. And this is going no straight on belts at all. And this is going no straight on belts at all either. That's exactly how I wanted, consistent. Now these probably don't have unders either, and that's bad because these need to be undered. And these. Yeah, that doesn't work. And I don't need the output to continue through because the output gets picked up on this train. Okay, so I could update these and then move on, which I really want to, and then I'll revisit them later. But these are not updated. Yeah, you're not supposed to say Africa there. Copper cable loading. Oh, that's why you're wrong, because you don't have any labels. I forgot to hit the button when I made you, so you are worthless. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry, you're garbage. Let me correct that. Yeah, you're totally worthless to me. Well, folks, this is going to turn into a maintenance stream. Sorry. At least this part of it is. $80, $50, and $8. This is supposed to be solid unloader. This is coal. And coal. Now, if I take a look at these, that's really hard, actually. To be able to see what I want, select it. So that's what I'm going to have to go with. I'll put the solids down one side and the fluids down the other. This is a fluid loader. And this is a fluid unloader. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm looking at here. We'll take care of the fluids because they're the shortest. And there's oil, oil, and then acid. I think that's pretty much all I ever load up. So these are all the loaders. Let's just take care of all those so that I have less to copy and paste. Might as well do one more and get the other one in here. That looks about right. You all are a little too close. We'll make you lube even though I don't have you set up right. And now you're set up right. So I've got a bunch of them now. So I've done coal. Gonna do copper, then iron, then steel. Sure.